Hey guys. So yeah, my name's Harry. Has a better, has a whatever you want to call me. I guess I kind of get called quite a few different things, but yeah, this little video. I'm not going to try and drag it out too long, but I guess it's an introduction to myself, so you guys can know a little bit more about me, where I am in my timeline of transitioning from WoW to kind of FF, how I got introduced to it. Um, I'm not fully quitting WoW, although I have arguably not played WoW solidly for at least the last sort of 3 months or so. Don't worry for any of my guildies that are watching. I haven't fully quit yet. Yeah. But I think all like a lot of them already know where I am mentally in that mindset of the transition. But I guess as a bit of an introduction to me, so I've been playing WoW since vanilla. So that's when the game originally got released without any expansions or anything like that. I then played TBC, the Burning Crusade, and then Wrath of the Lich King, which were the first two expansions. So after that, I took a bit of a break. I was about 15, 16, 17. Can't really remember exactly when it came out. When I took my sort of first break through WoW. I was still playing games a lot, but just sort of transitioning out of MMOs. I was starting to work, so I had a lot less time to kind of put into it, I guess. Um, and then I got reintroduced back into World of Warcraft at the sort of back end of BFA, which was not the most recent, not the one after that, the one before that. So like 3 expansions ago. So we're talking about 4 or 5 years ago now. During that time, I was playing lots of different other games competitively. So I played a lot of Overwatch, a lot of Apex. I used to play Halo professionally as well, way back in the day, Halo 3. So I've always been quite a competitive person, which then leads into how I started to play WoW when I returned. I was a lot older. My mindset was a lot different, I guess. So because I'd missed out on years and years and expansions of lore and story and all of that sort of good stuff, when I came back to WoW, I didn't want anything to do with that. I didn't really want to catch up on the story. Unfortunately, World of Warcraft doesn't do the best job on catching you up or giving you an option to find out what went on unless you really, really, really want to try. And it's not as simple as, oh, I'm just going to follow MSQ. MSQ doesn't really exist in World of Warcraft to a degree. You can't just follow a linear path to catch up. Um, so when I returned, the main reason was because one of my friends, she's a streamer, she runs a guild. Shout out to Rage. How's it going, Jess? She runs a community-driven guild for her stream and her community called the Pleborians, who I ended up raid leading and still raid lead for the last 4.5 odd years. During that time of raid leading, I then got introduced into a mythic raiding guild. So that was 2 nights a week. I then got introduced into a mythic raiding guild, which then meant I then had to do, well, didn't have to do, but then did another 2 raids a week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday were my 4 raids a week. On top of that, I then had to keep 2 characters as up to date as I possibly could, because I didn't tend to raid with the same character for both guilds, for multiple different reasons that I won't get into. So I was raid leading a community guild, which meant a lot of prep into making sure everybody was up to scratch and doing all that sort of stuff on the side, keeping myself as up to date as possibly could for the mythic guild, which is the highest tier of raiding I guess you can do. And then on top of that, doing all of the other stuff for power level, mythic plus dungeons and that as well. So I guess the reason why I quit WoW was the time commitment. I was committing myself 4 nights a week. I work full time. So Monday to Friday plus every other Saturday, I work a normal job. So as soon as I get home of an evening, I'm either going straight into raiding or I'm doing as much as I possibly can to gear my character to make it relevant and make sure that I don't get benched, especially for the mythic side of things. So the biggest thing for me was gear. You know, getting as much gear, being as strong as you possibly can is a huge, huge thing in World of Warcraft. Anybody that you speak to, it's all about, oh, I've got this eye level, I've got this weapon, this trinket. Trinkets were the bane of my life. I was very, very unlucky when it came to it, to the point where I have a huge, huge meme in front of my friends and guild members and stuff like that. I would have to run one specific dungeon 100, 150 times just for one trinket to drop. And the difference between me getting that trinket and not getting it, it's a huge thing. But anyway, I digress. I felt like for me, I stepped away from Mythic raiding about 2 months ago, which then freed up not 2 nights a week, but on top of that, all of the extra hours and the time that I was spending gearing that character. So I went from, as not hardcore, because I was never in like a top 100 guild or anything like that, but putting so much time, so much effort into doing what I wanted to do. Having now all of that free time come back to me, it started to make me realize what is World of Warcraft for me. I'm not playing the game for the lore. I'm not playing the game for any other sort of side story or anything like that. It was literally to do the most up-to-date content in terms of raiding, do the new dungeons and all that sort of stuff. In the latest patch, they've done a mega dungeon in WoW. I haven't even touched it yet. You know? Which then leads me to FF. I tried Final Fantasy Online back during COVID. My friends had already been playing it, and I wanted to catch up with them. So I was a skipper. I would skip every cutscene. I had no idea what was going on in the story. I just wanted to catch up to my friends as quickly as I possibly could. I played that game for maybe a week, if that. And people started to then stop playing, and other things came out that they wanted to play, Among Us and all those other things. So naturally, I just fell off. I want to enjoy a game for the game itself, meaning its story, the side missions, fishing. I guess the reason that I'm making this video is I've already been playing the game for a week now. This is the end of my first week. I didn't play Saturday, but technically we're on to day 6 out of 7, I guess you could say. And I'm just obsessed. I am obsessed with Final Fantasy. The freedom it gives you. When I log on, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Am I going to spend 4 hours of my evening doing MSQ? Or am I halfway through going to get distracted because I can learn fishing, or I can do something else, or just simply looking at my surroundings because the game is beautiful. Or somebody from chat, which has happened quite a few times, has just randomly shown up, and all of a sudden we're just looking at people's, outfits and just talking about random different things. I think the main difference between WoW and FF that I've learned is community. The amount of people that have been so welcoming, so friendly. Yes, I know I'm a sprout, and yes, I know I have a big logo on my head that shows that I'm new to the world and everything like that. But doing my first 3 dungeons, being introduced into a mentor, and them now, I added them onto my friends list, and they now keep on randomly showing up, and it makes me really happy when people that I met maybe on my first day 1 or day 2 are now just randomly showing up and trying to find me on day 4 or day 5 just to like wave at me. And, you know, you don't typically tend to get that in World of Warcraft. So yeah, I'm live streaming everything. I'm not playing the game as much as I really want to off stream. So at the moment, I'm trying to come up with a schedule. At the moment, it is Monday to Friday, normally 6 p.m. UK time, GMT, up until normally about 10 p.m. I will be doing the odd weekend streams as well. So we will be going live shortly after this video goes up. So if you want to come check me out, want to come and say hello, by all means, please. I'm learning new things every single day. And like I said, I'm just becoming obsessed with it. I have just got my first mount. We did ocean fishing the other day for the very, very first time. I have messed up my very, very first limit break on an invulnerable bob. That was heartbreaking. That was really, really heartbreaking. But yeah, we're going through MSQ. We're just gonna do everything. Yes, I want to do the end raids and all that sort of stuff. I just want to do everything the game has to offer me, and that has not been something that I've wanted to do in a very, very long time. Never in World of Warcraft have I wanted to go and level a new class or a new spec or anything like that just for the fun of it, or, you know, go and do a bunch of side quests or side missions. You can see my cat in the bottom here. He might come and say hello. Come on. Oh. This is my big boy. So yeah, so if you don't come to the stream for me, you can always come to the stream to see this fluffy animal. But yeah, I really, really appreciate it. I didn't want to make it too long. It's already 12 minutes. I won't be editing it or cutting it down. I just wanted to kind of keep it raw and natural. I probably didn't touch on points that I wanted to, but that's fine. Like I say, I'm a sprout, I'm new, and I'm obsessed with Final Fantasy. So I'd appreciate it if you pop in and say hello. We're learning new things every day. Everybody's been so nice and so friendly, giving me tips, tricks. Obviously, we're trying to remain as much as we can spoiler free, which we've done so far. But yeah, if I don't see you, then no worries. If I do, welcome, hello, and I'll see you soon.